Breaking news. Johannah Duggar is forced to face the challenging challenge of confessing her feelings for Caleb to her family, who are adamant in their adherence to their conventional views, throughout the course of a poignant tale that explores the themes of love, family expectations, and self-identity. The story is set in Johannah's family home, where she has to deal with stifling silence and critical gaze as her parents express their concerns over Caleb's non-Christian upbringing. The tension that occurs between one's own desires and one's family's expectations is best shown by Johannah's unwavering love for Caleb in spite of the pressure and disappointment she gets from them. Johannah finds consolation in Caleb's unwavering support as she battles to accept her family's rejection. She imagines a life together that deviates from her parents' rigid beliefs. Rumors of rebellion are swirling as Johannah Duggar embarks on a romantic journey with Nate Parker, a filmmaker whose values diverge from her family's strict conventions. A filmmaker is Nate Parker. This link threatens the foundation of the Duggar family, and Johannah is making a choice that is extremely important to her. At this time in the narrative, Johannah and Nate are preparing for a wedding that will defy the Duggar family's customs and be a celebration of their love and individuality. Diverse family members react differently to the wedding. Some are supportive, while others are quite distressed. The wedding symbolizes freedom. Ultimately, the stories of Johannah and Johannah share the theme of having to choose honesty and love above forced customs. This illustrates the conflict between familial commitment and personal fulfillment. Although the Duggar family has experienced scandal in the past, their most recent family crisis may be among the most startling to date. According to reports, Johannah Duggar, one of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's younger children, got married, but not with their complete approval. Jim Bob, who has long been regarded as the ultimate patriarch of the home, is said to be upset by this unexpected turn of events, which has shocked Duggar supporters. A covert wedding that nobody foresaw. Johannah Duggar, who is now in her late teens, made the shocking choice to be married without going through the customary Duggar courting procedure, according to family insiders. This purported secret wedding is nothing less than a revolt against the family's long-standing beliefs in a household where Jim Bob and Michelle usually supervise every stage of a relationship, from engagement to chaperone trips. After Johannah was conspicuously missing from a number of recent family events, including milestone festivities like birthdays and holiday get-togethers, rumors started to circulate. As several of her siblings have done in the past, some admirers conjectured that she was just removing herself from the spotlight. But now there are rumors that she was involved in something far more significant behind the scenes, her own wedding. Who is the unidentified groom? The identity of the guy who captured Johannah's heart is now one of the most important questions fans have. Johannah seems to have taken things into her own hands, in contrast to her elder sisters, who were often introduced to their suitors via Jim Bob's network of acquaintances who were approved by their family. Although her new husband's identity is still mostly unknown, there are suspicions that he does not belong to the ultra-conservative groups that the Duggars often hang out with. According to some accounts, he comes from a different religious background than the rest of the family, which may be a big factor in Jim Bob's apparent sadness about the marriage. Jim Bob's alleged response. The concept of one of his daughters defying Jim Bob Duggar, who has long been the gatekeeper of his children's love connections, is certainly a tough thing to stomach. According to sources, Johannah's choice caught him off guard, and the family is now split on how to respond. According to a person close to the family, Jim Bob has always expected his girls to pursue romance, engagement, and marriage with the full support of their family, just like their elder sisters. It would be an understatement to say that he is distraught. He feels totally deceived. As with Jill Duggar Dillard, who has separated from her parents and spoken out against their domineering behavior, some fans have even conjectured that Johannah's marriage may lead to a permanent schism within the Duggar family. A Duggar rebellion pattern? Johannah is not the first Duggar to defy the rigid rules set down by the family. A number of the Duggar siblings have become more independent over time, which has led to conflict with Jim Bob and Michelle. Since moving to California with her husband Jeremy, Jinger Duggar Vuolo has distanced herself from her parents' rigid views and taken up a more contemporary lifestyle, including wearing jeans. Jill Duggar Dillard has publicly questioned her parents' dominance. In her book Counting the Cost, she describes her difficulties and how she and her husband, Derek, broke with the family standards. Although she still seems to be close to the family, Jessa Duggar Seewald has reportedly been secretly opposing several of its customs. Whether Jim Bob likes it or not, Johannah's covert wedding may be the next big indication that more Duggar kids are deciding to forge their own careers. What will happen to Johannah and her spouse next? The next major issue is whether Johannah and her new spouse would attempt to patch things up with her family, or will they maintain their distance now that the claimed wedding has actually taken place. According to some sources, Johannah could try to strike a balance, much like Jinger, who maintains contact with her family while continuing to live her life as she sees fit. However, some worry that, similar to what occurred with Jill, Jim Bob's disappointment would cause a significant family rift. Supporters are also excited to see whether Johannah will discuss her choice. Will she confirm or refute the claims and openly address the rumors? Or will she opt to remain mute and allow the rumors to persist, like some of her more reclusive siblings have done? The reactions of fans. This stunning discovery has elicited a range of responses from the Duggar fan base. Some admirers have voiced their worries about Johannah, fearing that if she pursues a more autonomous path, she may be separated from her family. Others, however, have commended her for taking charge of her own decisions and defying Jim Bob's rigid regulations. On social media, an admirer said, "Well done, Johannah. She is entitled to make her own choices. For much too long, the Duggar girls have been ruled by their father. I just hope she still has support from some of her siblings," another said. Opposing such a strong family must be really difficult. Adapting or remaining the same. The Duggar legacy? The once unshakable basis of the Duggar family seems to be crumbling as more of the youngsters grow up and make their own decisions. Originally a close-knit, ultra-conservative family, the family has now expanded to include individuals pursuing wildly disparate life paths. Another instance where the Duggars' traditional beliefs are being questioned and even rewritten for the next generation is Johannah's supposed wedding without family approval. How Jim Bob and the rest of the family react in the long term is a matter of time. Will there be a warm reception for Johannah when he returns? Or will there be an irrevocable rift as a result of her choice to marry according to her own terms? There is little doubt that this shocking Duggar wedding is only the start of a much bigger tale.